I'm fine.
And sportsbook.
This is KUGAN CASSOUS for IFLTV. We're at a Target Sports Star fishing event here in Warwick.
Charity event, and you've turned up at a charity event to get an interview. Fantastic, KUGAN.
You were slightly the reason I came here, to be fair.
Why would you even care?
About 5%.
Why would you care what I've got? Why?
We just want to pester you.
I don't get what. I mean, is my view that important? Does anyone really
Well,
care?
people watch it.
Do they?
Yeah, people are still interested in you, and you ain't fought for like 10 years.
Well, it's been a bit. Doesn't mean that long yet, like. But don't get me wrong. I could have one right now if you want to carry on with that kind of chat, mate. I mean, you could be having a
I'll
scrap.
chuck you in that water.
I don't know who you know, but you're not enough.
All right, we're on opposite teams at the moment. Yeah. How's your team getting on?
I'm not sure. I don't really.
Who's on your team, first of all?
It's me, Barry Earn,
Luke,
David Seaman, and I forgot the other name.
Luke.
Luke.
Littler.
No, Luke's not on my team. I haven't seen him anyway.
Who's the fourth person then?
I like Luke Littler as well. I haven't met him. Is he here? I haven't even seen him yet. Where is he? I'm a fan of his.
He's here. Him and his dad are here.
He's absolutely brilliant, him. Big fan of Luke Littler.
Have you caught some big fish?
I caught a whopper about 23 years ago.
All right, well, look, I'm on a team with... Listen to my team. Hamady, fishing pro.
Ali Hamidi is probably the best fisherman here, is he not?
Right, he's on my team.
Oh, so no wonder
Terry Butcher. Terry Butcher.
Yeah.
And Big John Fisher. That's a fucking team.
Johnny Fisher's not messing around. Johnny Fisher's just catching and killing everything.
He might know. Barry, who's the fourth person? He can't even name him. Who's in your team?
Adam Rooney. Adam Rooney's one of the top match anglers in the country.
You should have known that.
And he's probably, I would say, in the top 6 most successful match anglers.
So he's
out there.
He's a couple behind Barry.
Couple behind me. He's the one who always comes to my rescue, and I need a bit.
Here's the man himself, Jess.
Jess, you should jump in the video. Jess, amazing event here.
Amazing.
Quite emotional listening to Bob Wilson there.
It was very emotional, wasn't it? Yeah. So glad we can do it. All these guys attending and turning up makes it
lovely.
worthwhile.
It's lovely to watch it. It's
good.
Listen, he'll never tell you. He deserves all the praise. He works all year round on this. He's the only. He'll never say a bloody word again. I don't know. He spends so much time with me, and yet he hasn't become big-headed at all. I don't understand it. I've got to go.
Have a good day. Yeah.
I've got to get myself.
He's just about to announce his comeback, by the way, Barry. You're going to promote that?
Listen, he's come back up against me because I ain't letting him fight no more. He's too nice a guy. He's got a lovely life, lovely family, and that's how it's going to stay. Unfortunately, you can't take the Scouser out of the Scouser. So there will always be a part of him. On his deathbed, there'll be a part of him said, do what? Who are you looking at? That'll be on his tombstone, won't it? Who
So
are you
true.
looking at?
I'm trying to stay away from that side of life.
Quite
Baz
right.
is doing a good job.
He's not having a choice in the matter. He's a special pal, and he'll be looked after for the rest of his life.
Thanks, Baz. Love Barry.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
And Jess. I'm a good mate of mine. I've known Jess and Barry a long time. This hasn't gone down well, me being here today. I'm in the middle of a family. I'm in the middle of a family holiday. My wife just booked a holiday, lastminute.com, and thought like the fishing wasn't important. And she soon realised when I give someone my word, I'm going to attend. So I've literally flown back last night, and I'm going to fly back out tonight to go back to the family. You know, the one I've got to get home safe to.
Absolutely, the wife and the kids, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about boxing. Chisora Joyce, did you watch it? What did you make of it? Happy for Derek? You're close to Derek.
Yeah, I spoke to him before. I spoke to him every day building up to it. FaceTime in the morning. I spoke to him FaceTime yesterday morning. He's in bed with his Mrs. wife, his lovely wife, and I FaceTimed him too early. I'm happy he's okay. As you know, as everyone knows, I'd be there. I would have been there if I was allowed, but I'm not allowed to certain promotions, so I have to watch on the TV. So it is what it is. What can you do? I just want to support me mate, but he knows I support him 100%. You know what? I've got a lot of love and respect for Joe Joyce as well. I'm happy he's safe and healthy. But Derek won that fight, and he won it. He won it really well, in my opinion. The knockdown was the big difference. And I thought he was winning without the knockdown, but the knockdown really cemented and sealed the win for me.
Talk about potential fight with Dillian White, the third fight, Zhang. What do you think?
No, he shouldn't be going anywhere near Zhang. I don't know if listen, I want him to go out on a high. I think, does it get any higher than finishing at the O2 as favourite to being against it.
He wants to get to 50 fights. He's 2 fights
to get to 50 fights, and he's telling everyone he wants to fight me for the 50th.
He did actually mention that the other day. You up for that or not?
No, it's not happening. I love Derek. I love him. I love him like a big brother. He claims to be my little brother. Claims to be younger than me. Absolutely no chance whatsoever. Derek Chisora is younger than me.
I think you've got half a chance. I'm joking. I don't really think anyone wants to see you and Derek, to be honest.
Together. We've sparred hundreds of rounds together, and anyone who's watched them rounds will attest to how good the rounds they are. And styles make fights, but I would never put 10 ounce gloves on and want to hit Derek Chisora. I just couldn't hit him.
If you was offered $5 million to fight Chisora, would you do it?
That's a bit.
Right. So if the price is right,
but no, still no wouldn't. No, but that's a bit ridiculous. I mean, that I'd have to have a conversation, but no, I still wouldn't want to punch my mate in the face.
It's astounding how you are a retired fighter for so long, because out of all the people that retired like a few years ago, you would have been a safe bet for like making a return, and you haven't.
No, I've stayed away, but it is what it is. There's nothing really to come back for. I wanted to fight Lucas Rozansky, but it didn't happen, did it? Coley got there, and I did tell everyone what I'd do to him, and I would have done it just the same kind of time, to be honest, even at 41. But it is what it is. Every dog has its day. I've had my time, and let the fighters keep moving the way they are now. Good on them.
Tony, last time I spoke to you, you gave Daniel Dubois a 20% chance against Anthony Joshua. You stick with that? Yep.
I think everything that he does well, Anthony Joshua does better. I mean, the only attribute that you can attest to is the amount of punishment he can take. Well, we've seen that against Fury-Usyk, but I pointed out, if everyone remembers correctly, after Francis Ngannou took Tyson Fury to the absolute limit, I told everyone who'd listen that Anthony Joshua will absolutely smoke him, and smoke him quickly.
You did say that, yes, absolutely.
And then he does it. And everyone who's watched what Daniel Dubois has done against Fury-Usyk has said he's brilliant, and I commended him because I wrote him off in that fight, and I've said he's done brilliantly. But I've also said, on the other hand, he won't beat the top 3 heavyweights in the world, and Anthony Joshua is one of them top 3. He gets knocked out, and quickly, probably brutally as well, to be fair, because his toughness will be his demise. And I have nothing but respect for Daniel Dubois and his team. I think the world of Don Charles, and I really like Daniel Dubois as an individual. I think he's a lovely person, but he's going to get knocked out. And he took 45 right hands off Fury-Usyk in the first 4 rounds. You'll get away with taking 2, maybe 3 at the most of Anthony Joshua, and then you know what? You just wake up, and you can't miss him. Don't get me wrong, there's another side to that coin. He might just go out all guns blazing and try and jump on Josh. But then again, once again, I just think that will fall into Josh's hands. And he's coming on leaps and bounds. Josh's style keeps evolving. People keep saying this version of Anthony Joshua, that version. They're all Anthony Joshua. It just depends on how he wants to attack and how he wants to, approach the fight. I think he'll approach the fight with Daniel Dubois with aggression and being first, because you can't allow someone like Daniel Dubois to jump on you and get a hand on you. Otherwise, you give a fighter like Daniel Dubois confidence, it'll grow and grow and grow, like it did in the Fury-Usyk fight, and it will soon get you to a halt.
Just finally, last time I spoke to you again, you said that you could see a way for Tyson Fury to beat Usyk. You don't think it will happen, but you can see a way for it to happen. Stick with that still?
Mate, if you was 20 stone and 6'9", I've told you what I'd do. I'd fucking invade Russia. But I'm not that big and I'm not that heavy. So, I don't know if I could ever lose if I was that big. I'm just going to be quite controversial. I would never lose if I was that big. You could not beat me. But, of course he can win. Mate, he could land a freaky punch. Anything can happen. But if I'm being totally honest, do I think he'll win? No. I think he'll lose again. And this time, I think he'll lose really, really clearly, because Usyk this time will go on the back foot. And that is the worst nightmare for for Tyson Fury, because that's one that he can't control. You've got to understand, Cougs, he pressed the whole fight. He walked the 6'9", 20 stone man down. He walked him down and bullied him. Imagine what he does when he fights to his attributes and fights to his best, because his best is fighting on the back foot. anyone who studies and knows Usyk the way I know him, and I studied him, is you'll know that you've got to bring him to you, and that's the way to beat him. But you've got to counter him and feint, and you've got to be able to sharpshoot with him, you've got to be able to box with him, you've got to be able to offset him, but you've got to be able to continuously do all these things round after round. I couldn't, because guess what, I got tired. I was fucked after 6 rounds or 7 rounds of doing it. But it's going to take a special fight to do that over 12 rounds, but it can be done. There is a way to beat him, but these big boys just can't do it because they don't have the engine to stick with him. And then number 2, with that aggressive approach that he approached Tyson Fury with, that's a really hard style to beat. But like I said before, he done that just to prove a point. He could have went on the back foot and made that fight so easy.
Without causing offence to you, how much of your opinion about what you were just talking about is centred around your loss to Usyk?
None at all. It's just from studying him.
There must be some. You've been in the ring with him.
Oh yeah, of course. I know what it's like. I know how good his feet are. I know how good his timing is. I know how quick he is. I know everything about him. But my opinion of what he'll do to other fighters bears no sentiment on how I done against him. Because I just literally judge a fight on how I see it. I will weigh up your attributes and I will weigh up his attributes and I will tell you who's going to win. And to be fair, when it's fighters I really know and really study, I very rarely get it wrong. When it's fighters I really know and study, if you're asking me to go down the undercard and then start talking about things, I'm going to get as many wrong as I am right. But if you ask me, you know, I don't get that many main event fights wrong. And I've been on a pretty good run of recent. So yeah. What more I can say to that, is the?
Did you watch Jake Paul and Mike Perry?
They're the bollocks. What time is it even on? 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock? I think I'm going to stay up and watch a YouTuber. And
FROCH still talks about Jake Paul.
I just think good on him, he's doing great. Fair play to him. I mean, just stop saying you're carrying boxing, mate. You couldn't carry a jockstrap from a real boxer, never mind boxing itself. But I have respect for Jake Paul.
Is he better than what you thought he was originally, or not really? I know he's not really fought loads of boxers.
I've never said he's shit. The kid can punch a bit.
Will he win a British title?
Are you high? Are you drunk? Have you in? What's up with you? Do you really?
No, but I'm just asking.
Do you really think Jake Paul would beat Isaac Chamberlain? Are you fucking high? What's up with you?
I didn't say that. I said, would he win a British title?
Is Isaac Chamberlain the British? No, he's not right now, is he? Jack Massey. Do you think he'd stand a fucking chance against Jack Massey? Or Isaac Chamberlain? Or Vidal Riley?
Chef Clark, innit? Chef.
Oh, Chef Clark, actually.
Chef would eat him alive. I don't think... yeah, it's okay. Chef
if you look about Chef Clark would beat Jake Paul, yes.
Like, Chef could... I think Chef... Well, I don't think I know. Chef Clark would beat Jake Paul with one hand. With one hand behind his back, he would beat him. I'm 41, I'm a tub of lard. I would beat him with one hand behind my back. And he can choose whichever hand he wants. And I've got no intention to, but, you know, listen, I don't want to disrespect him because I think he's brought a lot of good things to boxing. And I do give him credit because more people are watching boxing than ever before. And he's a part of that. I went into an amateur boxing gym on a Tuesday night when it's usually dead. There was 200 odd kids in there because that week Jake Paul was fighting Tommy Fury. So I've got to give him credit for that. He's bringing new eyes and new entertainment and a different side to boxing, the sport that I love. So fair play to him. I don't want to be disrespectful about him. I'm just saying I only get a little bit infuriated when I hear words like I'm carrying boxing on my back. Get a grip, soft bollocks. You're not carrying boxing on your back. We're literally carrying you. So they should just call it combat. It's a night of combat with Jake Paul because it's not boxing really, is it? Because there's no boxers taking part. It's a guy from YouTube and it's a mixed martial artist.
So with what you just said there, let me just ask you this, right? So do you think then the proposed fight with Mike Tyson, which is going to happen? We know Mike Tyson's of age, but are you saying it's impossible then, based on what you're saying? Even though Mike Tyson at the age of what he is it impossible for Jake Paul to beat Mike Tyson?
Cougs, he's about to go and get his pension.
No, I understand that.
He's probably entitled to a bus pass at his age over here. Come on, mate, stop. So, we need to... It's Mike Tyson, mate. That's one thing that pisses me right off, that he demanded to go on his professional ledger. That really annoyed me. That why not just be happy with an exhibition, mate? Why do you want to go on? You're going to read lost to Lennox Lewis, lost to Evander Holyfield, win Michael Spinks, win Trevor Berbick, lost Jake Paul. Fucking disgraceful. But listen, I get where Mike's coming from. It's business, it's money. And like I've said to you, mate, if I was offered the right price to give him a slap, I'd do it. So I'm not going to stand here and lie and say Tyson shouldn't do it. Of course he should. I just think it's wrong that he demands to go on a professional record. But it is what it is.
Okay, we're about to start the second half. Yeah. I'm not going to wish you good luck because we're on opposing teams.
It's not very nice. I wish you luck.
You haven't done. So.
I did. I wish you luck at the start and I'm wishing you luck again. Good luck, you fucking disgrace.
No, fuck that. We're going to win. Our team.
Tough guy, calm down.
I can't beat you in anything else, so fishing's my best start.
It's a team sport, this, mate. So you haven't really beat me at all.
Not yet.
Brooks, stop twitching. I'm not going to strike you.
I'm sorry.
Do that.
I'm sorry. Great day here. We're about to finish off here at Target Sports Star Fishing. So
well done to JBD Events. He's done a brilliant job. It's all for a great cause. Stay tuned. Only on IFL.
Thank you very much.
Wall Street Memes Casino.
I'm fine.
And Sportsbook.